pretty mad, isn't it, how he's gone offline now? What a disaster. What an absolute disaster of a guy. Right, imagine coming on live stream, begging other people. You know, he's just, you know, he's no different than being on the streets begging for money. But being on the internet, it's a sad story to be in, I tell you. But how do you change it? Well, the issue is well, everybody can do their part to change it. It is an issue. If you go down there and just saying, oh yeah, Freddie, no problem at all, Freddie. Yeah, no problem at all, Freddie. Here's £10, £10, £10, £10. You know, what is the end goal? The end goal is going to be whereby he ends up drinking too much. It is a problem. I wish I could have time. Imagine me having a life outside of this, thinking, oh great, you know what, I'm going to just basically sit on the floor, walk around the local area, cause an absolute nuisance to everybody, cause a drama, ask for money, drink, smoke. I mean, it's, I don't know. The problem is we facilitate it. We allow it to happen. We facilitate it as human beings. We allow it to continue. And sometimes you need to stop it. Boom, stop. No, it's not happening. So a large amount of what I say is raw action. It's like I say a large amount of time, it's just raw action. Everything you do in the world today is raw action. So, you know, you can come onto a live stream and ask for money. That's raw action mentality. But if everyone says to him, no, we're not going to pay you any money unless you stop drinking, stop drinking. The minute he starts drinking, that's it. He'll learn his lesson very quickly. He'll just realise that it's just not what people want. You know, I'm obviously British. I'm white British. I work every single day of the week, and you know, it's the amount of hours I put into my life, my business, my job. You know, everything I do, I put energy into everything. And suddenly, you come across somebody who's an absolute tosspot, a twat online, who doesn't do anything, doesn't even answer society, doesn't pay taxis, doesn't do anything. And why people go down the route of bowing down to somebody like him, who gives money to him when they don't give money to people that actually are changing the world. It's broken. Society's broken. I just don't get it. Don't get it. Do you know what I mean? People like him shouldn't even have any women around him. But then again, you see, again, you know, there's a scale, isn't there? Like, you know, I guess look at the women that are around him. It's pretty mad, really. That's someone's daughter who's dealing with somebody like him, and it's kind of like, really? Like, if my daughter was dealing with someone like him, yeah, I think I might say to my daughter, saying, yeah, level up. You know, you don't want to give attention to people like him, but you want to give attention to people who've got nice cars. Yeah. Anyway, it's a sad reality, but what will happen eventually, and I think we all know this, is he's going to end up dead. You can't abuse the human body to the facility, well, to the length, and you know, to the length that he's doing it really. Like, you can't. Your body's going to give in. Your liver's going to give in. One day he'll wake up, go on stream, and his skin won't be the same colour, and his liver will be poisoning him, and his liver will give in. We know this. It's facts. It's figures. You know what I mean? You can't you can't dismiss it. Like, he's going to die. He's going to die. So if I was the doctor said to me, Mike, you have to stop drinking coffee as from today, I'll go, okay. And yeah, I might find it struggle. I might think, fucking hell, in the mornings and be like, I feel like weird. But you see what I'm saying? You have to go through a phase whereby people are so black and white. You know, if I said to him, oh, life's great, man, yeah, drink, yeah, drink more. You know, it's going to go wrong. But if you then turn around, it's like the UK. If we just continue on with the UK saying, oh yeah, the UK's great, there's no problems in the UK, yeah, it's great, everyone's going to just chill out, relax. The only way that you get people to change is by causing mayhem, by causing drama. And it's two ways you do it. For the Brits, they do it in a very different way. It's their land, it's their country. They were born here. I get it. But then if you flip the narrative and say, well, actually, anybody that's obviously saying, doing, let's say protest for, Iran that's happening overseas right now, this minute, you would assume, for the amount of people that have been killed, you'd assume they'd be doing a silent walk. You'd assume. That's what I would say. That's what I would do. But instead, they're not. They've got a shitty little transit van with some shitty little speakers on the top, and they're just basically screaming and shouting down a mic. Are they trying to cause drama? Or are they trying to cause chaos? Well, it's not going to work. If it's a silent walk in remembrance of those people, I get it. They've got the wrong mentality. They're fucked. They're idiots. And this is what I don't understand. When you start to look at religion and you start to look at these like different sectors of people, and you see what they're trying to, the agenda that they're pushing forward, it's a broken agenda. It's broken. So straight away, the other day when I was in Manchester, the protest was happening. That should have been a silent walk. If I'd arranged that event, it would have been a silent walk, whereby it was literally people in silence. That alone would have more impact being silent than you would do having everyone screaming and shouting. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. And the same mentality was obviously with what we do on a big scale. We sometimes don't really think about what we're doing until we've actually done it, and then we think back and think, fuck, yeah, we should have done it this way. And I think about it when I see things that go down, you're thinking, well, it's like someone turning a U-turn down, or doing a U-turn in the centre of the road. To do a U-turn in the centre of a road, you might as well just take the next left, take the next left, take the next left, and just turn around using 4 streets. But by doing a U-turn in the road, it doesn't make sense. It's a mentality issue, and I find it within you import people who haven't got the same mentality as somebody that's been here all their life, and then you realise that they can't compute. They can't drive. They can't they can't drive forward like I drive forward. They can't do a business like I do a business. They've got it's all about mentality. So it's pretty broken, and it's like I said a while ago. This is all to do with the mentality issue. Everything's mentality. So people don't realise that what I say is facts and figures about life, but if you've got the right mentality, you can achieve whatever you want in the world today. If you've got the wrong mentality, it's broken. And how do you fix it? By changing the mentality. By educating people into understanding, for instance, understanding on how to live life, how to push forward, how to adapt, how to make money, how to make eye contact. It's the mentality behind everything. So it's pretty fucked. So the mentality of people going onto Freddie's stream, yeah, okay, fine. My mentality will be is to pull away from Freddie's stream. Pull away, don't give him the views, allow him to push forward, and just to let for me, you're wasting your life. You're wasting your time watching him, for one. I know I have been taking the mick out of it, but I've been building content around it. But you're wasting your life commenting. You're wasting your life, he's going to ever build anything for himself. All the content that he's ever produced is not really accelerating humanity, and a lot of his content, I've skimmed through some of his content, and it doesn't really, it's not like he's talking nice to people. He's talking nice to people to get them to persuade them to pay money. That's all he's doing, and it's just weird. If you were to go down the road to put him on an operating table now, you cut him open and you look at his lungs and you look at obviously his liver. It's fucked. It's shot. So straight away, why would you be putting money into someone's pocket who isn't going to be able to achieve? It doesn't make sense. So, I build businesses. I build brands and businesses around things. Obviously, people know. But there's a reason why I do things. There's a reason why. There's a reason why I live stream. And there's a reason why I do a large amount of what I do in the world today. But then when you come across people like him, he's failed in society. So if you think you've been put onto this planet today, this planet's a test. This planet is a whole test for every single person living on the planet. It's a test. Who you are, how you educate yourself, what you do, and what you build. And it's interesting. It's really interesting to see the people that are living life, and people that obviously are changing the world. And it is a test. So, you know, you can go down the route, turn to me and saying, yeah, Mike, but you know what, you know, we just want to have fun. Life isn't about having fun. Life's about dedicating yourself to a end goal. It's a journey to say, right, what have I achieved? A large amount of people can just lie on their deathbed and think, right, what have I actually achieved in the world today? Well, first of all, I've not got a pot to piss in. I live in a shitty little house in a, you know, with, again, let's say majority of people now, like, because it's getting towards the majority now. You know, either in a council house or a house that they've been paying a mortgage off, because that's what life is about. It's you know, it's about an end goal. It's a journey. You know, I, for instance, can't buy a house and have it on a mortgage. I physically can't do it because I'll tell you the reason why. Unless I buy it outright, I can't do it. So, like, and the reason being is I don't want to feel that I'm being controlled. So people that are in control and people that have the mindset to say, right, I'm going to achieve this, you know, they tend to accelerate differently and more advanced than a lot of other people do. You know, I don't want to be linked to an address. I don't want to be linked to a certain postcode. I don't want to be linked to that area. I use it for what I need it for, and then I leave. And I obviously level up and level up. So, you know, I know people are saying to me, but Mike, you're a van driver. It's regardless. It doesn't matter what I am or what I do. At least I'm driving a vehicle. At least I'm maintaining. And then obviously also, I'm not a failure to society. I'm not causing an issue to society. So it's, you know, it is interesting. It is interesting. And if you say to me about I'm damaging the planet with renewable energy in diesel, I'm not. You actually do your research. I'm not. So interestingly, I'm actually adding to people's pockets, especially Freddie. And you're giving him the views. Like, he should be monetized by now. And he isn't. So what, he's obviously doing something wrong. Obviously, he's not got the right mentality. Like, if you can take money and get something monetized, then you would do it. Or else, what's the point? He's putting a lot of energy into something that he's not prepared to achieve. So anyway, we've actually not finished for the day, so I'm probably going to go grab a bite to eat. We're going to grab a coffee, maybe a little croissant, and then obviously tonight, I'm actually going to have a dinner tonight. So we're going to go out and have a nice. I need to go back and shower to be fair. But yeah, we're going to go have a dinner tonight, have a nice bite to eat. But it's mad for sure. I'm probably going to set up another giveaway tonight as well. So that's the plan. So I'm going to look at look at the stats. I've actually pulled a different file now, which gives me all the watch hours, times, and also so yeah, we're in a bit of a different league. One of the other options I've got as well, which is what I'm probably going to script at some point tonight or tomorrow, is when I go live, I'm going to have to try and see if I can go live in different ways, just so I can start to change, because obviously at the minute YouTube, and I'm going to open that up. So I want to try and open up all the comments whereby it's anyone can say anything, which is basically freedom. But the only way I can do that is to not use the YouTube platform. So it is a problem. It is a bit of an issue. So I need to really sit down and think how I'm going to do this for the future. And I need to probably end up pulling the information that people are saying on YouTube towards obviously more of an API in real time, an API link in real time, but also allow other chats to go through and basically try and pull people away from YouTube, which is the only option I've got really. Is to pull people away from YouTube. So if you want freedom, you need to again go to a domain, and basically I need to build it like YouTube in a different way. So we still bring in the YouTube clicks, still use the YouTube like obviously algorithm. But if you want to have freedom of speech, you can say what the hell you like on a external server. But when it actually goes through to YouTube, it will then be limited, because YouTube will limit a lot of the communications, and that's the only option I've got now. but TTS will work externally. And if I can factor in the TTS straight back into it, whereby I'm not hearing it as well, then I think we've achieved. So it's a bit of a, basically it's a project that I want to start working on. I'm going to start tonight. I'm going to build an offline server, and then basically overnight tonight, code it, script it, and get it, you know, probably get it linked onto the True Game domain, whereby you go to the truegame.co.uk, and then it will basically be, yeah, it will basically be seen as the video at the top, and then comments down the side, down the comments underneath. Basically, I'm going to have to build it based on what I've got now, which YouTube does, but it then means that whenever you comment live. So I'm not quite sure how the API link will come through for the users though, for YouTube users. That's the issue. So I think it might pull it. It might not even allow it. When you text, it might not even allow it to even be sent. Yeah, that's what I need to look at. But yeah, going back to obviously Freddie Bean, is like you need to really consider what you're doing to him. Like the more attention he gets, the more he's gonna obviously get pissed off. Eventually, you will see him downstream. It's facts, it's figures. Like, so yeah, if you want to have that mentality whereby you want to traumatize yourself, then yeah, then congratulations to you all. Like, you know what I mean? Do I want to watch a clown basically end up killing himself on stream? Not really.